How is everyone doing? It's been quite a busy week for me, so I haven't had a chance to get an update in. But I just did a show on the Moon Show, so if you want to go watch that, check it out in the channel. It's in the collaboration section of this channel, covering the price action over Bitcoin in a more macro landscape. But today I want to give you the short-term trades and what I'm looking at just locally, scanning price action for where we are. So right off the get-go, what we saw essentially coming into that's our point was a few things. So first of all, I was talking about taking a short when we get to these levels here. Now that was a valid trade to take, and it did definitely go a lot higher than I expected. Um, so I actually got stopped out in this trade specifically. I think it was this one here, and then this little rise up. I was in the video I was looking at was the support level, which was this zone here, POC. You can see there. And I expected to push up all the way that high. No, I didn't, but it was definitely something that to talk about. Since then, we've found ourselves ping off a very, very key point and push back down back into the range. So right off the get-go, what we could see in the order flow was essentially that we had a fair bit of longs open into this region, and then we just suffocated those longs as we came down, pushed back in the low. So basically, you're just going to trap them and then take them down, bring them underwater, which is what we're seeing now. You can see the closures are starting to really ensue. You can see that's coming in there, and then you've got also that pushing in there. So the closures are taking place now. Regarding targets, what we can see specifically is we are actually at a target relatively closely right now. We can also see the anchored VWAP pointing to us at this specific zone. So, it's coming in here at around 68 to 69. Is it a high confluence trading level zone? I would say no. There isn't a crazy edge here. So in terms of me just taking along here on a derivative trade, I'd be very, very skeptical doing that. If you're doing a spot buy right now, I think, yeah, go for it. Start to chip away, maybe chuck 1,000 in. If you drop low, chuck 1,000 in. But in terms of trying to leverage trade this, very, very mid, I'd be waiting down for $65,000. There's just better confluence, more edge, specifically if you're looking for a leverage trade. You've also got the Vary area low coming in there. I know this level has been abused and used, but it's not a bad level at all because you've got some liquidity coming here. Like I said, I would say for me, for the long side, this level here, and then this low coming in this point. And then beyond that, we have lower targets that I would like to see get hit. So that's still on my radar. And then specifically where we are now, we are at a local level. So I would definitely keep that on the radar just to keep you looking at. So yeah, that's a very, very clear picture of what's going on. And also regarding that bigger term timeframes, what that would look like to me is the fib retracement coming in down here. Now the reason it's very, very strong is because this is such a long bunch of levels clustered in that small zone, and it's spanning from, let's have a look here, 53,000 to $59,000. So in that entire zone block / region, it's looking very, very promising if we can get there, and a very nice zone to be loading up in the longer term, which is what I'm going to be looking at. Now, whether we get there or not, that's to be determined, but it's very important to highlight it before we, sort of get there so we can anticipate what's going to happen. Now, regarding resistance levels, now that we've already been accepted back into this range, there's a very high chance we do bounce from here. I would say that I'm looking specifically at this level here. That's the weekly. The reason being is because you've got the previous high from this zone here. You've got the VWAP coinciding quite nicely. And I think if you also, let's just say we do bottom here, I think it does tie in sort of nicely with this. Yeah. This zone here is where I'll be looking for a short trade if we can get there. That being said, it's just a level. So whether we get there or not, that's irrelevant, but it's just a level to be looking at. So this zone here, and then right now you could say it's a valid trade, but in terms of the balance of probabilities for a high conviction, I'm not going to be looking at this one because ultimately you're just seeing longs close, not a high conviction liquidation event or a massive shorts piling at the lows. So the fuel, nothing crazy for fuel to the upside, but what you have built is liquidity. You can see that specifically painted here, which is liquidity. So you can easily have these cases where price will start to climb up and then it finds into the zone. If it's going to happen, it should happen from this level, because you have taken out the low here. So yeah, if it's going to happen, it should happen from here. If not, I'd expect some sort of rollover and then a reduction down. So these are the trades I'm looking at, which are going to be either take a short from here or look for a long down here. Okay. Other than that, I'm going to keep it very, very simple. Now, what I would recommend everyone go sign up to this exchange called BTCC. On this exchange, you can also trade commodities. You can also trade, you can capture the silver and gold stuff that's happening right now in the market. Also, all cryptos and all derivatives. So derivatives, spot. It's just an exchange that I'm partnered with now. So if you help, it really helps support the channel. If you went down to the link and signed up, made an account, and yeah, there's some bonuses you can get, trading discounts, and that's awesome. If you want to use a different exchange, you can check these out too. And yeah, and regarding the stream I did today, you can watch that down here, which is the collaboration with Crypto Kid. And
$1,000 down from now.
we've already got 1,000 people have tuned in. We just went over the levels that we're looking at, and yeah, very very nice video that was done. Other than that, today price action is rather relaxing. Nothing much is happening. I would say, yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Nothing else much more than that. So yeah, other than that, guys, peace out. Have a good day.